Well, estate planning is the act of ensuring that your assets transfers to those who you want them to transfer to. So the first component of estate planning is making sure that you have a will in place. And then everything after that is around how do I pass along my assets to my loved ones in the most efficient manner. In terms of estate planning, the idea is passing those assets as tax efficiently as you possibly can. And I think there's a common misconception with estate planning that it means giving away all of your money. That's absolutely not the case. And I would encourage anyone who may possibly have an issue when it comes to estate planning, or indeed just wants to make sure that their loved ones are going to inherit the assets as efficiently as possible, to seek financial advice from Wesleyan. Each individual in the UK has what's called a nil rate band, and that is the value of a certain value of your assets that is not subject to tax when it comes to inheritance tax. It's currently £325,000 per individual. So if you're married, that doubles to 650,000. Depending on your circumstances, there could be additional allowances for your property. But the reason that it matters is that if you think about £650,000 as an exempt amount, particularly here in Northern Ireland, that used to be more than sufficient. But with property prices on the rise, particularly in the greater Belfast area, property prices have significantly risen over the past 15, 20 years. A lot of people are finding themselves in breach of that nil rate band. And ultimately what that means is that any value above that 650,000 is potentially going to be taxed under the inheritance tax rules at a rate of 40%. So it's really important that people understand the nil rate band, the reason that it's there, and ultimately, if you are in breach of it, what the potential consequences are of that. Well, it's making sure that your assets are going to pass to your loved ones as efficiently as possible. A recent example I had with one of my clients was someone who had quite a large estate, and it involved property both in the UK and abroad, and numerous different savings accounts and pension considerations. Ultimately, we were able to provide advice to that client and save them over £1 million in inheritance tax, which was just an excellent result. The chances are quite slim. If someone has a will in place and it's regularly kept up to date, there's a good chance that the assets will pass as they intend. But what they possibly don't realise is that unless they have an effective estate plan in place, the value of those assets could be significantly reduced due to inheritance tax that would be levied on the estate.